Hey, Michael with XForcePC back here with the kind of like our C172 training system. You probably watched our other video where I talked about the iPad. Some of you may feel like the iPad is a little bit small. So there are some alternatives on the Android side. The Android software works just as well, although the Android doesn't support that separate little radio app I showed you earlier. But you can actually use the radio app on your iPhone or iPod while using the instruments on an Android tablet. Now this is an iPad, and again, if you felt like this was a little too small, I do have an alternative. This is one of the biggest tablets I have ever seen in my life. This is new from Samsung, and it is an 18.4 inch tablet. I believe I have that right. It's called the Samsung Galaxy View. And let me go ahead and unpause things. As you see, we're flying around and our instruments are responding accordingly. And this makes the instruments a whole lot bigger. And as I mentioned earlier, you can put your flaps down. That's down like 10 degrees, and then I can go down to 20 degrees, and then go down to 30 degrees, and back up. And of course the same touch stuff works here. I'm going to turn these knobs and dials, we can do that. So this is another alternative for your, you can even zoom in a little bit if you want to make the instruments a little bit bigger. Got that feature. But this is an alternative to an iPad. This is something bigger. An Android tablet, again, 18.4 inches. At the time, this sells for $5.99. You may find, that goes down at some point. But that's about the same price you'd pay for a very low-end or towards the low-end iPad, and you've got a much bigger canvas. And so let me just bring this up a little closer. You can see next to me how big this thing is. Really huge. Basically, about as big as a 19-inch monitor, but it's an Android tablet. And I've just got it sitting on top of my yoke. You probably want to secure this because if I push it too hard, it'll kind of slide off the back. So you might want to put a little piece of Velcro or something back there to hold it. But you'll see that gives you a much bigger canvas to work with if you're concerned that your iPad might be too small. If you got any questions, email me at michael@xforcepc.com.